Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Satlana and today I have prepared for you a very exciting haul, at least in my opinion. Today I want to share with you top 10 houseplants that I have been just real obsessed with lately, and all of the shebangs that includes like all of the shebangs that makes you love the plants and makes you be proud plant mom and stuff like that. So I have 10 plants. I have a nice mix prepared for you. I have aroids, I have cacti, Hoya, I have some potato plants, I have maranta, I have herbs. So this will be such a nice mix. There will be succulents actually. Oh my gosh, a lot is going to be going on. Top 10, very different, so buckle up. But before that, actually, I just have a quick question for you. So in my previous videos, first of all, thank you so much for the flippin' support that you have been giving me in my previous video. I know sometimes I might be a little bit too sensitive, and I just was sharing my thoughts about one specific person saying that I'm saying flippin' way too much on my videos, and my fiance was laughing at that, of course. But sometimes I'm just this kind of person. Whenever somebody says to me something, I'll just overthink it, So thank you so much for supporting me and just letting me move on from that comment and just being myself. It actually was at the same time pretty quirky, seeing all of those comments and seeing how much you care and just, try to support me, even though this is nothing really crazy going on, but at the same time it was so flipping cool. So flipping cool, guys. I also noticed quite a bunch of comments asking about a merch, and I'll be honest, I have been sitting on this idea for a while right now. And I have this YouTube channel for 4 years right now, maybe around 4 years. And you know what, I never had a merch, but I always had this idea. While still Rocky was alive, I drew this sketch of Rocky holding a paper box, like a carton box that is holding a plant, and on the box was said houseplant rescuer. And I thought this will be such a cool merch idea, such a cool logo, but then Rocky passed away and I just did not felt I felt way too many emotions to work on that, and I just, delayed all of that. And right now, since I do not have Rocky, but I have Yakari and Bolu, and I still flippin' love plants, I just had this idea and I drew a new sketch. Let me show it. This is like this is gonna be quick, please don't worry, we'll talk about plants. Here is a timestamp when I start talking about plants if you do not want to see what I drew for the merch idea. Of course, no hard feelings. So obviously right now I cannot be drawing because I have a broken arm. This is my dominant arm. But about a month ago I actually started to work on a sketch, and this is, oh my gosh, can you see it? This is what I came up with. So this is Yakari as a German Shepherd here on top. Oh, this is another one. This one is in green. I'm just was playing around with this. This is a sketch that I thought would look cool on a shirt maybe, or maybe on a mug. My fiance says maybe to make a sticker out of it, and I also will insert picture, for example, right here. I'm working on a wording around it, so I just wanted to include that flippin' word because a lot of you say this is like a part of my channel. I actually never noticed I say flippin' so many times until you kept on mentioning it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really keep on saying flipping way too many times, but at the same time this is how I'm talking. I'm not talking in English a lot, but when I do, you're the ones who's seeing this and you're the ones getting the flipping comments. Anyway, so the main question is, would you be interested in a merch with this exact drawing that I made of, Monstera and Yakari and Baloo and Firefly, aka me on a pot? For example, with these wordings placed, or maybe you like it without words better, and if you do, would you better buy it on a shirt or maybe on a mug or a sticker? Let me know in the comments what you think about it, what are your ideas. So just leave all your thoughts in the comments, let's chat about it. I'm actually really excited. Yes, I cannot paint right now, but I still have the sketch that I am so passionate about, and I just kept on delaying, but you know what? What is a better time than now, right? So let me know your thoughts and let's move on. Of course, I also could paint it. So as for now, I was thinking about, one color, like for example, white shirt, black logo, or black shirt, white logo, or white shirt, green logo maybe? Let me know in the comments your thoughts and we will talk about it. But right now let's get into the plenty business that we all came here together to talk about, of course. Like, of course. I'm ready. So I have 10 plants prepared. Let's start from the one that I actually was not expecting to start with, but it's a plant. It is growing in my home, so it's technically almost a houseplant for me. And I'm talking about a mint. I'm actually talking about mint, and this is a mint that I bought simply in a grocery store while buying veggies and fruits. I just, was walking by those herbs in pots. I also have a basil, but mint was actually such a big part of my life lately, especially right now since we have heat waves. It's really hot summer here in Vilnius in Lithuania, so what I love to do with my fiance is to pinch a couple leaves out of this plant, put it in a glass of water, and it just gives that nice kick, that nice freshness to your drink. We also like to use it, for example, here is a quick recipe for the cocktail that we have been doing lately a lot. So you have a pint, for example, or 1.5 liters glass, right? I don't have one with myself right now. You put in half a spoon of sugar, you put like maybe 8 leaves of mint and couple strawberries in, and a little bit of lemon juice you can squeeze, right? You squeeze that all nicely so the sugar melts all together with the juices of strawberry and mint, and you pour water and put some ice cubes, and oh my gosh, it's such a refreshing drink. It has so much character to it, and also it doesn't have lots of calories, so this is so much fun, so refreshing. And as you can tell, this mint have been through some days with us because we were making this drink a lot. So right now I'm trying to pinch, the tops, so this mint will be bushier. I actually also noticed that some babies are growing from the very bottom, so I definitely need to repot this baby up. But all in all, yeah, this is a plant number 1. Very unexpected flippin' herb, but you know what, this is such a big part of my days right now, especially in this month, in this June, so I just had to talk about it. Okay. Moving on, let's talk about one of my newest plants. So I bought this plant as Alocasia Jaclyn, but I also know that the scientific name for it is Alocasia sulawesi sp species, right? I know that Jaclyn is... Can you move on with your day later? So I bought this as Alocasia Jaclyn, but then I did more research, of course. I probably should have done it before buying it, but I actually found out that this plant was poached from the nature, and then, the mass producing started. So this is something that gives me mixed feelings. At the same time, this is such a beautiful plant. I mean, look at the texture on the leaves. Can you see all of those fuzzies on all of them? They look so cool. It looks like crocodiles skin or something, out of Jurassic Park. This is actually a new leaf that grew in my care. I'm so proud of it. Oh my gosh, how do I show it? Please excuse my disgusting cast. I know it's been a long time already. It's actually right now, I think the 3rd week started, but I had great news a couple days ago when I went to the doctors and repeated an x-ray to see how the bone is healing. I will need to have it for 4 more weeks. Half of the summer I will be in this cast, and this is a very sensitive topic. Anyway, I actually keep it in this cute terrarium you can see right here, and it seems to be so happy in there. Gerda, thank you so much for the terrarium. This Alocasia seems to really enjoying that greenhouse, and it makes me really happy. Such a beautiful plant, such a small plant. I do get it, but it actually already dropped a couple leaves and grew a new one, so I feel this is like a success for me, Moving on, then I have a Hoya to share with you guys. So I actually bought 4 new Hoyas about 2 weeks ago, and one of them was Hoya polinera. I also have Hoya Saba and other ones, but this specific one actually makes me extremely happy because I actually propagated it in water, and I can see the process of propagation. So I bought it as a single cutting with 2 nodes. I asked my fiance to cut it in half. I showed where to cut it. I used rooting hormone, this one. Used rooting hormone on it and just put it in water, and it's standing in the very same greenhouse that is here 1 level lower. This is my Hoya greenhouse that I haven't showed it yet. and it's actually so happy. Look at all those roots, guys. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I have heard so many opinions about it, so many experiences. Some people say it's flippin' easiest Hoya ever, others are having such a hard time growing it, and I was so nervous, while jumping into this polinera life. But as for now, I think I flippin' am nailing it. I'm nailing it, guys. I mean, look at all of those roots. So right now I have like the biggest concern: what should I do next? Should I plant it in soil, or maybe I should go for the leca? Let me know if you're growing Hoya polinera, which method you are using, and if it's successful. Please help. I mean, nothing crazy yet, but you know what? I would love some advice. So another one. Let's talk about potato plant. I haven't showed it for a real long time, I feel like. But here is my Stephania erecta, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this potato. Actually, this spring it wrinkled a bit. I mean, can you tell the potato itself is kind of weirdly shaped. But last year it had shoot only one growing point and had maybe max 3 leaves. This year it pushed out 2 growing points. Both of them bloomed for me and only then started to grow leaves. Actually, I'm sorry I did not film the blooming part, but the blooms are not like, they're not like gorgeous. You wouldn't buy this plant for the blooms, I could bet. I mean, here's a picture from the internet how the blooms on the Stephania erecta are looking like. Nothing too fancy, but it was still cute, a very nice surprise. And as for now, I have 3 baby leaves, more are on the way. And how beautiful is this plant? It's so simple, but at the same time, it's such an aesthetic plant. I mean, I feel like if it would be standing somewhere near white wall with some, maybe cement pots and YB stuff around, like random, I don't know, clock. Yeah, you get the idea. Such a cool plant, and this time I'm so excited because it gave me 2 growth points. I mean, how cool is that? And it actually has some like in here and in here looking like there might be growing something out of it. Maybe it will be more bushier and crazier. Cannot wait for it. Let me know if you want to see more updates on this one, because it's just simply standing on my north-facing windowsill. I'm not doing anything crazy for it, just watering it once a week. Today is actually my watering day, so some of these plants might not look that happy, but trust me, they're flipping happy. I could never leave my plants unhappy. Kind of. Alright, let's quickly talk about another Hoya. And this time I'm gonna show you another Hoya that I purchased not that long ago. I feel like maybe a couple months ago now. And it's Hoya Matilda, and I fell in love with Hoya Matilda from Wild Ferns videos she has. I mean, Jaclyn's Jungle also have a very beautiful Hoya Matilda, and you know what? I just fell in love with those tiny leaves. And right now I'm actually on the look for Hoya serpents, but I also have heard that they are pretty tricky to grow. And I myself am still feeling, even though I own almost 30 Hoyas maybe right now, I still don't feel like a Hoya guru to be prepared to grow Hoya serpents, but this is Hoya Matilda that is pretty close, and just look at all of those leaves. I bought one singular cutting with I think 3 or 4 nodes. I cut it in 3 cuttings and rooted them in water, and look at them. I planted them maybe a month ago, and I already can see roots on the sides of the pot. Here, for example, right? I already can see the roots. I already can see so much new growth. I mean, look at it. It's becoming a tiny little bush, and I'm so excited about it. It's so happy. And you know what? I still haven't changed my mind after, growing it for so long. It's still such a beautiful Hoya, and definitely one of my favorite ones already. I mean, I have other really fast growing Hoyas that I have been sharing in my previous, I think, May favorites, and I did not want that to duplicate them, but I still in love with my Hoya Australis Lisa, guys. It's going like crazy. I just keep on winding it around the trellis, and I just keep on pushing those mustaches, those growth points, and just putting out those beautiful pink leaves. My fiance is in love with this plant. I am, but this time I just wanted to add a little spice and remind you about my beautiful Hoya Matilda. Ooh, gorgeous. Another plant is actually the one that is standing right over here. I will move a bit to the side so I can insert some footage for you guys. But this is my Monstera deliciosa large form. And oh my gosh, it feels like we have been through so much. I have been growing it for I think maybe 2 years right now. And oh my gosh, it's such a slow grower. It gives me one leaf every 6 months or so, but at the same time that growth is so worth to wait. I mean, look at this beautiful new leaf. I'm not sure if I will receive any, inside fenestrations. Of course, the leaves are already big and sizing up every single time it gives new leaf. But I just am so excited for the holes, I'm so excited to go crazy and big. This is such like a chaotic growth. So for example, it's not growing new leaves for like 5 months or 6 months, right? And then when I finally see it pushing out a new leaf, when I can finally see the tip of it pushing out, the process is insanely quick. I think in 1 week it already pushed out the whole leaf out of that, growth point, and it's already unfurling. I mean, it's such a cool beast to own, and I'm so happy I have a space for it. And you can bet that I will be taking it to my other home whenever we are buying our dream home, because this is such a centerpiece, such a statement, and I hope it will be the plant that I will, grow through generations of my family and stuff like that. Just really love this Monstera, guys. It's such a beautiful plant. I mean, you can see that I'm a big Monstera lover because I have, I would say, a pretty decent variety of Monsteras in my collection, and I also even put it on my merch idea, like on the logo. So this is one of my favorite plants, hands down. I actually want a tattoo of it. So maybe one day when I'm rich. So yeah, Monstera deliciosa, such a beautiful plant, makes me so extremely happy. And that leaf, guys, let me know your bets. Will there be holes or there won't be? Let's see the lottery. I'll give you updates, of course, later on. And moving on. Okay, let me talk about one and only cacti I have in today's haul. So this is Tephra cactus. Such a cool one. I think I need to finally report that it's been growing in this pot for over 2 years right now, I would say. So there might be really time to do it, but you know what? I just love the look of this, quirky, almost like a tower of cacti. I mean, this is so cute. I bought it when it had only this like bottom potato, and there was only one on top, the one that is weirdly dried right now, right? And then it started to push out this tower of potatoes for me, and every single year I receive maybe, you know what, it actually happens every 6 months as well, I would say, just like the Monstera. So it pushes out a new potato every 6 months, and it's so cool to see them grow. Some of them don't have, those crazy papery looking spikes. Others give like a ton of them, so it's very interesting to see how conditions affect this plant. And I mean, this is a flippin' living sculpture, and you cannot prove me otherwise. I mean, look at this thing. It's so quirky. It always stands there. Let me put it right now and just look how cool it looks. Huh? How cool is that? Guys, look! Gorgeous! Cute! Right? So cute. Okay. You know what? Let's move on with last Hoya in this haul, but this is my pride and joy Hoya. You have been hearing me talking about it like almost in every single video, I would say. I am so proud owner of this plant. And I mean, for obvious reasons, because I'm talking about my Hoya Satlana. My name is Satlana, this Hoya's name is Satlana, and we're besties. So this is a Hoya that I received from one of you, once again, Gerda. Look at this! Oh my gosh, I cannot sit in one place, normally, because I'm so excited. It's actually a second leaf that grew in my care. I mean, it's still growing, but at the same time, it seems like it's starting to harden up, so I'm not sure how much larger it will be. But for example, the other leaf that grew on this cutting as well was the very same size as that, like, mama leaf, right? But then I decided to propagate it and put it back in my prog box that was actually infested with trips, and I lost that cutting and I was devastated, of course. But you know what? It feels like finally the Hoya Satlana is back in town. It's back to business, and it looks so cute, guys. I'm so happy. I mean, look at this. This is Hoya Satlana, and actually it's so interesting to see those leaves grow because first off they start to grow completely green, no veining, no splashes. Then about a week later of it starting to grow and size up in the size, you can finally notice some veining going on, and only then later on you can see some splashing starting to show up. I mean, right now is the stage where the splashing is starting to show up, and I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh, such a cute Hoya. I'm so in love. I love that it's hairy. The back of the leaf is, I mean, it feels almost like a carton box, for example, right? But it still has those tiny, tiny fuzzy leaves. I actually have been, I'm sorry for the screaming kids in outside. The windows are open because it's flipping hot. But I actually have been drawing Hoya Satlana as well for my merch. But you know what? This is definitely way more difficult leaf texture to draw, and I want it to be perfect. So I am keeping it for like another step of my merch if anything happens, of course. If you're interested, so let me know if you would like some Hoya Satlana merch coming up, because I have already started working on it and I'm so happy. Oh, this plant makes me so happy, guys. Oh my gosh. I instantly become, aggressively wanting to squish it and just enjoy it. How many plants we went through? I think we have two plants left. Two plants left. Okay, so let's start probably. I mean, I have 3 to show. I mean, I could show you even 4. Oh my gosh, please, somebody stop me. No, 2 plants and that's it. One of those 2, of course, will be my aloe that I rescued in my previous video, actually. All of those colors, it seems happy. Nobody seems to be touching it. If you want to hear the full story, you can go ahead and click on this link and see what I am talking about. It's actually, right now, is not growing in my home. It's growing outside, and every single day I am so nervous for it. I am going ahead while walking Baloo and just checking on it, seeing how it's doing, and as for now it's doing great. Gosh, look at these colors. I know it's not like the best thing ever, but also aloes tend to be sun stressed, especially when they receive so much direct sunlight, so I think it will be okay. I repotted it, I gave it a nice drink, and you know what, it's flipping, it's heavy, it's still heavy. Here is just a simple note asking, please don't throw it away, I'm working on experiment. I mean, people do not need to know all of the details, right, my neighbors, but I still hope one day to bring it back home to my, my apartment, and not the general area where my all neighbors are walking. So hopefully one day. Keep your fingers crossed. As for now, it's doing great. Oh gosh, it's so heavy. Alright, and last but not least is actually a plant that you can see in the back. Let me grab it. And I'm talking about my Phalaenopsis orchid. This is a variegated orchid, and finally it's pushing out a new leaf for me. I'll be honest, I was not buying this plant for blooms, as most people do, buying Phalaenopsis for the blooms, of course. But this variegated Phalaenopsis is something out of this world. I mean, look at the back side of the leaves. They're as beautiful as front, and this makes me so happy that finally I can see a new leaf coming up. I mean, this stick is a little bit hiding it, but oh my gosh, look at it. And it's gonna have a lot of variegation as well. I mean, not only the edges will be variegated, but there will be also stripes of variegation, so I'm so excited. This is such a beautiful plant. I also would love to see it bloom for me, but maybe it needs to get a little bit more stress to do it. So right now I'm watering it as I need to be watering it, just for the leaf to be happy and grow amazingly big and size up and be awesome. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but at the same time such a beautiful new leaf coming up that I just cannot shut up about. So here we go, little update on my variegated Phalaenopsis. Oh my gosh, what a cutie! It's actually standing next to Groot here on the shelf, so it seems to be pretty happy in this company. I mean, look at this. Oh, such a nice eye catcher. Oh my gosh. But yeah, these are all 10 plants I wanted to share with you. Of course, I have more, but I need to keep my stuff together, guys. I need to keep myself together, because I will just show you my whole collection at this point. So thank you so much for watching. Let's chat in the comments about plants, about my merch idea. Let me know which plant is your favorite this month. I actually love to go through these comments and see how your collections are doing. Please subscribe for more plenty content, of course. And before leaving you, let me teach you another language lesson. You know what? Since I'm wearing a dress today, let me just teach you how to say dress in Lithuanian and Russian. Who knows? Maybe some ladies will use it and surprise their spouses or boyfriends or girlfriends by saying, "Look at my dress," but not in English. Mind blowing, right? Anyway, if you wanna say dress in Lithuanian, you need to say suknelė. Once again, suknelė. And if you want to say dress in Russian, you need to say платье. Once again, платье. Very different this time, right? But anyway, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you'll have the nice rest of the week, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!